Hello everybody. How are we all doing? Off that light, huh? Hope you're all having a good day. I am Loomis, and we are back to Pyre. And we've got the third liberation rite coming up. Hoping to send Hedwig home. He told me he'd had a new information to this, but I don't know how to see it. Anyway. I think we're fighting the Chastity yet? Next. Those are my least favorite guys, so I guess we'll be using our best against them. Manly Tinderstaff. Blah. Did he add it to the bios? He told me he was going to add information on how much each person would specifically be useful to the plan. But I don't see it anywhere. Oh well, I don't care about the plan too much, I was just kind of curious, you know? So, we don't know exactly what we're up against, and there might be some surprises. But I think I'm going to do a practice match with the team I'm currently planning to take. My 3 best. Just to warm up for the fact that we've got our most important match coming up very, very soon. Beyond us, we are called. Oh. Let's see her bio. Doesn't have any skills or talismans. It's not the easy mode, but hey, we're just here to warm up. Blinded and expelled, Sandra became a living instrument in the lights. It's a life sentence. We still don't have a sap on our team. I'm starting to wonder if we're going to get one. Odd if we don't. Are you guys not fighting? Ooh. And we go. Oh yeah, Bay has infinite stamina when she's got the orb now. Yeah, slam dunk master. Oh, excuse me. No. Oh, we did it. I could perhaps do with a hard mode for these practice matches. Alright, where we go? Ooh, nice slam. Go on, get it in there. No? Ooh, okay, didn't quite land it. There we go. Banished, one and all. Can't help but feel Sandra wasn't really trying for that one. Can we level her up somehow? It wasn't much of a warm-up. I guess not. Alright, off we go then. Heading north. Gertrude shall gain favor from the scribes. Tizo shall gain favor from the scribes. I would like to buff Tizo, so I will take that one. I'm planning to use Tizo for this match. You land amid the sheer cliffs of Mount Elodia. To summit awaits the liberation route. Thus begins our third ascent to the fall of Solium. My agents in the Commonwealth report our plan is proceeding. Let us strive again to liberate one of our own and raise its chances. Beyond a crystal seeks Pamitha. Okay, this might be more of a warm-up. Oh, we can talk to her again. I thought I told you to be gone. She is pushing you away, she did before. Perhaps I ought to cease my services to you, if you insist on disrespecting my wishes thus. Would that sound good to you, O reader? Imagine not having access to the loathsome trinkets which I grant you. Imagine those idiots of yours having to get by without my tutelage. I can imagine it just fine, myself. I was once a weapon, used to kill an emperor. Attempt to kill him anyway. Now I am once again a tool, being exploited, soon to be discarded. Go on then, leave me be. Go about your business, and let us pretend we do not know full well how this shall end between us. Let's give you the revive thing. Somebody currently have it? There we go. The revive's pretty solid for this when you're on your own. Coming back faster is a huge help. Oh, you mean that feisty harp? She may yet be taught some manners, I should think. Shall attempt to bring her down to size. Let us bring her forth. Soon Panther arrives in heat of the summons. You called for me, Rita, darling? Ah, it's that crystal. Then let's hash it out, I'm ready. Ah, yeah, I think Panther tried to interact with the crystal before, but it rejected her. It only answers the reader. Or at least is only required to answer the reader. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, Harp. You answer to me here. Oh, a bossy one. Sure then. Go on and tell me more. Such a delightful student for a change. Come then, let us see what you can do left to your own devices. Save for your reader's vigilance, of course. Let's show her what she wants to see then, reader darling. Okay. Here we go. Oop. That's the start. Oh, he's just so fast. Oh! Okay. I botched that. That was on me. There we go. Easy. There now. Is everybody happy? Oh, as happy as can be, my doubtless pretty harp. So good of you to ask. On top of that, your performance was sufficient. And you passed my test. My congratulations, both to you and to your lovely reader. I'll be gone from here before I have any second thoughts. My, that Sandra sure could use a massage or something. So angry, isn't she? Say, what's that you have there, darling? Fiesta's plume. Dazzling adversary's Pyre. Panther instantly returns and deals +3 damage. Okay. Makes her a good main attacker. And she really doesn't have a lot of hope, huh? So this gives us a chance to keep fighting with 3 people after we've slammed a dunk. Some time to spare after having landed, we joined Tizo on a brief expedition to the monument of Aul, the Swallow. You again, old friends, and you especially, great-grandfather. Thank you for watching over me and all of us. My friends could use your help if you would offer it to them, whether through me or through any one of us. We shall honor your names in the nights to come. Soon you and he are finished paying your respects. Return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Harub the Swallow has both shown you favor. You shall soon begin your ascent, but there is time as yet to pursue your vocations. +1 quickness, nice. Oh, somebody to talk to? Tizo. Gertrude are sitting quietly. It's feeding the imps. Tizo appears to be in the midst of conversation with the lone minstrel as you approach the two of them. The little imp appears perturbed about something. And above all, he was very, very loyal. Fiercely so, in fact. All throughout the land knew better than to underestimate him, in spite of his little stature. In that respect, Tizo, and in many others, I might add, your great-grandfather was very much like you. Tizo seems to be asking the lone minstrel to confirm he is not playing some sort of prank. Hi, I am being serious. Have you known me to be the jesting sort? Tizo seems to be admitting the lone minstrel has always been sincere with him. Just so. Then, please do not denigrate yourself, for you are not only his heir, but you are my remaining link to him, and thus to all the eight. And more importantly, you are my friend. Tizo is grateful to the lone minstrel for his kind words, and considers him a friend as well. The Nightwings need you now, more so than ever. Then the lone minstrel turns to you. Is that not so, Vida? Oh, definitely. I need to use him for the next match, after all. One of our solids. You concur with the lone minstrel's assessment of Tizo as the most remarkable and irreplaceable member of the group. He is an extraordinary imp indeed. At this, Tizo rushes up to you and gives you an imp hug. Tizo is grateful to you for your kindness and your support of him. Tizo bounds off happily as the lone minstrel looks on. And there he goes. Thank you indeed, Vida. Tizo sometimes loses sight of all that makes him special, the quality and characteristic of his kind, but not so much uncommon among yours. Once there was a time when he was the sole imp able to conduct the rites. Since then, however, other triumvirs have found imps with the capacity for it. They make for useful allies, no? More than willing to conduct the rites while having no desire to leave this place. Although little Tizo does have dreams of visiting the Commonwealth. In any case, I am certain he shall continue to serve the Nightwings faithfully. Lord Minstrel bows his head on the way out, bidding you a good rest of the afternoon. Plus one hope, nice. Mentor companion? Oh, I'm gonna forage for resources, I think. Something we can sell, maybe? Potent serum. Something Falcon Run values here. Solemn Vow. Something you foraged in the Mount Elodial region. Oh wow, that is worth a lot. Yeah, that was definitely worth doing. That's gonna upgrade a bunch of our trinkets. As well. Amethyst shall gain favor this way. Headwind shall gain favor. Well, I plan to send Headwind home, so it's definitely going to be Headwind. Traversing the fading glory on the way to the summit, pass a monument to Molten Melee, and Headwind happens to take notice. Is this going to be my chance? I can't help but wonder, but I need to clear my mind of this. It's all just a distraction. I want to return so badly, and yet, while my friends remain here trapped, I want to help them free themselves. Please, help me in this. Soon, you and he are finished paying your respects. To prepare to continue your ascent, you sense that Molten Melee has shown you favor. +3 glory. Yeah, I plan to send Hedwyn home. I know he wants to stick around and help people almost as much as he wants to go back, but I think we've got a solid core of reserves now. Faye and Tizo aren't desperate to go home, and they're strong. I think it's time he went back to Jodariel, and to his, what was her name, Sarah? The Harp? You and your companions arrive again at the Scribe's Gate, before an archway carved of stone. Shall we, leader? The minstrel leads you towards his counterpart, who seems unsurprised to see you all approach. The exiles of the Nightwings. And you again, Tariq. Greetings, Celeste. Aye, we have returned. The stars shine darkly these past nights. Nothing more than a portent of your arrival, is it? Likely nothing more. Now, they are ready for you. Then come forth. Each of you in turn, may state your name and what it is you seek while crossing the Scribe's Gate. Wait, you. She points to Bertrude. You are new among this group. You shall go first. Please, do as she asks, Bertrude, madame. We are known throughout the downside as Big Bertrude. We follow Sandalwood, for we are fond of him. He led us into exile. He shall lead us out. The Gate Guardian acknowledges her, and motions for the rest of you to proceed. Everyone does so as before, including you. As you've all declared yourselves, she regards you all for another moment, and beckons towards the mountain's top. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. Thank you, Celeste. Until the summit, Tariq. I wonder if she's mad because for a long time nobody visited her because Tariq and the Nightwings disbanded. Well, there definitely seems to be some harsh feelings there. Hey, welcome back, you guys. I guess this is a pretty decent spot for business all of a sudden. Because used to be, it was real bad up here, you know? I'd be here and just wait and wait and wait, and sometimes it gets real cold, like I was telling you before and stuff like that. So anyway, you buying anything or what? Sell this. Good stuff. Getting banished, the bearer returns in a burst that draws in nearby adversaries. Do you appear where you were banished? Or is it like when you respawn, there's a blast? Get both of these. Tempted by one of these? Maybe I will. I think we're fighting the, and again, you drag it to the pocket to activate, so I don't think it replaces your item. I cannot afford that? Can I not? 39. Oh, I've only got 22 left. I thought I had more than that. Never mind. Oh, it's these that cost 20. I was looking at the wrong thing. Infinite flight. I should save a smaller one for that though. almost never powercast is the problem. We'll try it. Infinite stamina after a successful powercast. Maybe we can score a few things off of that. So small. Pleasure was all mine and Dad's, you guys. New page. You cannot survive the downside if you cannot get around. Howlers shall descend on you, or tempests shall shear you to pieces. That is just the way of it. Traveling through the environs is no simple feat. Consider yourself blessed if you are born a cur. If not, you shall have to find means to cross these lands without the benefit of 4 strong paws. Loose Lorien believe this untamed land can be traversed through means unnatural. But at first he meant sorcery, but he suggests invention. He speculates that carriages could cross this land by harnessing his fury. A wild thought. In my case, my paws shall suffice. Again, you have reached the fall of Sullium. One among you can go free, provided you prevail against the chastity and the liberation rite. Leader, we would ask a moment of your time. We have to talk. As darkness falls, the minstrel and Volford pull you aside. We have some news that is, depending on how you look at it, potentially unfortunate. The lone minstrel directs your attention towards the dark night sky. The stars are fading. It is true. With the advent of the Titan stars, visibly fewer stars seem to be shining than once you saw in the sky above. Yes. The stars themselves are vanishing. Why, I do not yet understand. What it indicates is this. The rites are drawing to an inexorable end. The light of the stars. Without it, the rites would be unable to commence. Anyway, that is the bad news. The good news is there are a lot of stars to go. How many liberation rites remain, I do not know as yet. The arithmetic is complicated. An estimation of the number of stars, the rate at which they fade, the accelerating rate at which we're being summoned here. Anyway, I'll work it out as soon as possible. For now, I felt that you should be aware. We can inform the others in due time. At the moment, though, they have this right to think about. And so do you. Look forth. As the stars above begin to shine, Volford's words begin to sink in. It seems you have a limited number of chances remaining to liberate your companions, including this one, now. To mess around with any Titan stars. But, I mean, the book says that when the stars shine above the Empire, the rites will end soon. So we kind of already knew this, I guess. Volford just didn't seem to pick up on it. Or maybe he did and just didn't say.
Congratulations, reader. It would appear the rites are drawing to a close. Doubtless the doing of that Orlek in all his bitter spite. For now, your exiles have another chance at freedom here upon the fall of Solium.
Oh.
So too do the Chastity, your adversaries. They
The
fought so very bravely for this moment. Whichever side prevails soon shall send one of its own into the warm embrace of civilization.
The voice thinks that Aralak is behind this. Interesting. The pyres burn and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the chastity, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respects you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. Manly flourishes onto the ground and grasps his mask in his spindly fingers. Warmest salutations to you all upon this blessed eve. I am H. Manly Tinderstaff, and I must say that I am very moved to be a part of these proceedings. It will be my humblest of privileges to return, quite soon I hope, into the Commonwealth, where I shall dedicate myself in full to the betterment of that society. I long to be a part of this glorious tradition, even when my freedom is rightfully restored. For is it not the case that exiles such as we are called upon to lead? How you govern in your commonwealth is not our business here. Your intentions shall mean nothing if you do not prevail in this right, Manly Tinderstaff. Ah, but I meant no offense at all. I shall serve well in these rights, I promise. Why? I should think shall be sending many exiles down here into the downside to replace me. I can think of quite a few who would benefit from experiencing this wonderful tradition for themselves. And Manly covers his face again. Now, as for you, Nightwings, make no attempt to undermine me here. Nothing shall befall you and your loved ones in the Commonwealth. Is that a deal? As for you, Nightwings, you bring darkness with you. What have you wrought upon the stars? Celeste, please. We do not know what is amiss here. The Nightwings have only come to see the liberations carried out. Indeed. Then make your choice, Nightwings. Who among you is to be anointed here?
Who shall return to glory?
Unworthy. Be Hadwin. This is my shot to go free, but I can't just leave the rest of you.
Who shall be at his side? Tizo.
Tizo seems very determined to support Hadwin.
Bay.
Me? Of course, I'll do my best. This is important.
It is done.
Now it begins. Do me this favor, if you please, and stand aside like a good sport there. I promise to reward you handsomely once I am free.
Commence.
First blood. Whoop. Oh, nice jump. How did that not get either of them? Ooh. You know, I didn't check their stats. I kind of messed up there. Come on. Come on, get in there, Tizo. Good job. Oh, what's this now? Seems the scribes so enjoy our company, the entertainment we provide, that they have deigned to reignite our pyres. Observe. Something stirs in the sky. The heavens are to rain and reignite your pyres. And the light shall continue, ere one pyre or the other is put out. sure what they're up to, but it's clearly the cheapest of tricks. Ooh. Okay. The enemy are on the board. Oop. Oh, heck. Okay, that was on me. Oh, heck.
They did it.
Okay.
Your pyre burns brighter for the while.
Oh, oh boy. Yes. Well. Oh wait, am I still? I'm still in play. Okay. I thought I was dead.
Edwin doused the adversary's flames.
Nice jump.
Banished each in turn.
Jump, Tizo?
Exactly.
There we go.
Once more like that, and we are finished here.
Oh boy. Messed up. Still.
And there it is. At last.
Ooh.
The Nightwings proved their worth.
That was so bad.
An outcome which left little room for doubt.
Yeah, it was a pretty solid
Thus
victory.
ends the liberation rite. And thus, the scribes have chosen the exile appointed by the Nightwings shall be free, absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth. His adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Why, this is an utter outrage. Have you any idea what you've done, you ingrates? We did it. Then, I guess that means I have to go. I broke my vow to them that we would all go free together. Reader, my friend, why would you do this? Will you ever forgive me? Vikani, wait for me. Wait for me. He remained silent for a moment longer, then. Listen to me, all of you. I will not forget this. If there's anything at all that I can do on the other side to help the rest of you, then I'm going to find it, and I'm going to do it. At the very least, I will do everything I can to make sure that, by the time that more of you come and join me back at home, that it'll be a better place for all of us. Look, I know I don't have long now. So just thank you, all of you. I won't forget this. And he plunges out of sight into the shimmer pool. His voice is audible, but growing faint. It's happening. Goodbye, my friends. Reader, everyone, goodbye. Till we see each other.
Godspeed, Edwin.
Vikani and Jodariel are waiting for him.
Scribes are ever merciful.
It was
By
time.
their grace, The cycle of the rites may yet continue for a while. May the scribes have mercy on us all.
You prevailed in the liberation against the chastity. Already does the Black Wagon feel quieter than usual, without headwind, returned to the Commonwealth. You overhear some of your companions reflecting on this. Tizo is sad that Hedwin is no longer here, yet happy for him. The scribes will see to his safe return. You wonder who, if anyone, among you shall be the next to go. Then Volford asks the group together. You sense you know what news he is about to share. Everyone, I must apologize to bring such news at this late hour, but I felt that you all would wish to know as soon as possible. The context of our plan has changed. He looks about at everyone before revealing to them what the stars have revealed to you both. The stars above are disappearing. Seem to just be fading away one by one. For reasons that the scribes alone may know for certain, though we all may harbor our suspicions. See for yourself if you have any doubt that this is so. A hush falls over your companions, all exhausted from the rite, and now stunned into silence. If this phenomenon continues unabated, we have every reason to believe it shall. Then the rite shall cease when the stars no longer shine. Permanently cease, that is. Your companions exchange glances. You sense negative emotions rising. Confusion, fear. Before, I gave you the impression that, should the Nightwings not prevail in the liberation rite, there would be other chances. This remains so. However, the chances are now unnumbered. The exact number I have yet to ascertain, but to be quite frank, there are more of us than we have chances left. I sense your fellow exiles are beginning to realize what this means. I know this must be difficult to hear, but it is not to be a cause for panic. Our plan remains essentially unchanged. We shall take which opportunities arise, and return as many as we can. I urge you all to take whatever time you need to think this through. At dawn, we shall head south again to the moonlit alcove. We can discuss this further then. For now, please get some rest. Our path grows harder, but not insurmountable. Not while we stand together. We can still prevail. The group disperses. Some whisper in hushed tones. Others turn to their quarters speechless. There will be time later to better understand this omen. So not everyone's gonna go back unless the plan succeeds. Huh. Might have to start actually caring about this plan. Kizo and Bay are exploring, so Gilman is staying hydrated. Panther's looking around. Gertrude is under the wagon. Okay. What passes? Cooking supplies here. Edwin used to do most of the cooking, but now... wistful about something. Those bearing the names Chastity all count themselves disciples of Lusglorian, the 100 Minds, known firstly for his wisdom, but also cherished for his modesty, integrity, and kinship. Lusglorian's priority in forming his triumvirate was to instill in all his subjects a deep-seated deference and respect for the rules governing the liberation cycle. The cycle of the rights needs to be understood. It needs to be understood to be respected. It needs to be respected to be understood, and needs to be understood to be respected, Squarian said. Thus, the chastity are emissaries of the cycle. Should they earn back their liberty, and they shall spread enlightenment itself, and all of us shall grow. I feel like that one's gone a little astray. On kinship. Each one of us within the 8. Besides the Himpau, we would have perished in the downside had we not found each other and again, and together formed our union. Here in the downside we are all bound, but that which binds it here does have some latitude. We chose the bonds of kinship. Our exile took precedence over our differences. The Empire, which had subjugated all our race all our kind into a tense alliance, shall give way to a society in which our differences are paramount. There may you embrace your ancient cultures, whilst jointly forming a great culture all its own. Next to mercy, it is kinship that shall form the bedrock of our commonwealth.
Are cognitaras. Reciprastes.
Following Hedwyn's liberation, we find Volford smoking at his pipe, his eyes averted. He looks up and smiles as you approach. Excuse me. Hello, my kin. Excellent work back there. Thank you for your perseverance. Though, I was just reflecting on how very fortunate I've been in all of this. Not just me, but really, all of us who had a chance to stand with Hedwyn here. Ours is, admittedly, a somewhat desperate plan. It was vital to me, should the Nightwings rise again, and to be under proper care and guidance. I was just thinking how well Hedwyn served in that capacity. Whatever is to be the outcome of all of this, no doubt his presence shall be missed. My agents and I, we were unsure of him at first. A common boy like that, completely unacquainted with the rights. But in the end, I felt that he was worth a shot. Someone like him, sincere, determined, with loyal friends, and desperate to get home, whose qualities spoke volumes. Then he falls silent for a time. I have every faith that he shall strive on our behalf now, in the Commonwealth. It is my hope that he yet finds the one he sought. You and Volford speak little more of Hedwyn for now. We're left wondering what shall become of him in the Commonwealth. Lost it. Good morning, everyone. We are at the mercy of the stars, and none can say how soon they will shine for us again. Let us recover for a while at Moonlight Alcove and decide how to proceed. Yeah, head to our base camp.
Instrusamtis. Venta visetame.
Bide your time. Best make yourselves as comfortable as possible here for the time, Nightwings. The rites ought to commence again before we know it. Until then, be well. Thus you and your companions remain on the mountaintop, waiting for the stars to shine again. The cycle of the rites is ending. The news that Volford and the Lone Minstrel revealed to you now threatens to disrupt the group's resolve. Who most deserves their freedom? Can there be any hope for your revolutionary plan to change the Commonwealth if too few exiles manage to return? These questions hang like a fog over you and your companions as you linger there on Mount Elodiel. For now, the exiles of the Nightwings vow to stick together for as many opportunities as they shall have. Many moons pass. One cold evening, Falford finds you off on your own.
There's a room this stuff.
Well, my kin, it's time once more. Come and see. Falford indicates the sky, and through the snow you see that he is right. Soon, all of your companions are gathered. Falford regards the group in his steady manner. As you all know, I have refrained from participating in the rites myself. This was a long-held choice of mine, for a variety of reasons. Chief among these reasons is that I so might direct our plan, free from unwanted attention, both from our adversaries here and those who would oppose us in the Commonwealth. Another reason is my past experience conducting the rites. It did not end on good terms. Before my time, the Nightwings comprised 3 exiles. Brighton, Erisa, and Aurelic. Little Tizo was with them as well, still learning in their ways. Mr. Brighton regained his freedom in the liberation rites. The Nightwings took me in. A story for another time, but for one thing, I had the capacity to read the ancient book. Anyway, when next we earned our way into the liberation rite, Aurelic was anointed for return. He had long been in exile, and his horns were beginning to show. We prevailed. Little Tizo snuffed at the accuser's pyre. Thus Aurelic earned his freedom. However, just as the Shimmer Pool was to engulf him, Erisa, she shoved him from the precipice and took her freedom in his stead. She perished, of course. Only the anointed can transcend the Shimmer Pool. But she thought the warnings were a myth and paid the price. She was always restless. I presumed Aurelic perished too. To survive a fall from Mount Elodia, I was left alone. Subsequently, I made no attempts to reassemble the Nightwings, knowing that such treachery, such harm was even possible, as part of this ordeal. I, frankly, still do not hold Erisa entirely at fault for what transpired. I hold instead the Commonwealth responsible, for it put us in this desperate situation. And I resist the urge to think that the rights may partly be to blame, as well, for pitting brother against brother, sister against sister. Falford breathes a deep sigh. Now I see that Aurelic yet lives, the time when our plan is already in motion, and even the stars are fading. Perhaps a signal that the scribes themselves know that the Nightwings are divided, and that they do not approve. But I choose to take it as a sign that we must act. The scribes have put us in a set of circumstances where each one of us may rise to the occasion. The Nightwings and our plan need all the help that they can get, and so I have made a decision which I wish to announce here to you all. In the name of the Nightwings, and Rita, by your leave, I would conduct the rites again. Long have my skills languished in the matter, I admit, but I trust I shall regain them soon enough. While I once vowed never to conduct the rites again, our present situation calls for all our resources to be brought to bear. So if I may be of use during the rites to come, I shall avail myself. That's all. Now then, the reader shall determine where we are headed come first light. Fulford bows his head to everyone, while the others exchange looks, then one by one salute him in turn. Once more do several stars shine bright in the night sky, revealing several paths for you to pursue towards salvation. Choices. Tamitha. Dalbert. I'd like to go see Dalbert, but I think perhaps we should see Tamitha. Bring the sisters back together. They could somehow resolve their differences. That would be key. I'd like to send Pamitha home. If she could get the Highwing remnants in on our little alliance, that would be huge. were to have another brush with Tamitha. Perhaps she'll spare me yet another moment of her time. She's here because of me, and I am here for her. Tamitha then tells you more of your next adversary, her own blood sister. Tamitha Thane, a harp of the High-Wing Remnants, raised from birth to excel in outwitting and outmaneuvering her enemies. She seems driven by her hatred for the Commonwealth. After retreating to the mountains centuries ago, the harps refused to join the Commonwealth. Excuse me. And those old tensions boiled over into raids or skirmishes or all-out war. Light tacticians such as Tamitha gave the High-Wing Remnants a swift and powerful military presence to this day, despite the harp's small numbers. She once hatched ambitious plans to overthrow the Commonwealth, reaching its defenses so her sisters could rain down untold destruction. On the darkest night of the year, she led a daring infiltration mission deep into an enemy's lands. It almost worked. However, she was betrayed by someone very close to her, someone branded a Commonwealth sympathizer, Tamitha. Tamitha was caught, clipped, and subsequently exiled as a prisoner of war, but being trapped within the downside only stoked her fury. I wound up here not too long afterwards. Anyway, it's complicated what happened between us. What I did for her own good, and that of all our sisters. So I'm beginning to doubt that Tamitha will ever see it that way. We'll see, I suppose. For now, I'd best try and catch what sleep I'm able. Pleasant dreams, then, darling. We bid a good night to Tamitha in turn. No time now to make flight preparations. Will come morning, the Black Wagon will press onward. As an exile of the downside, as a reader of this book, and as conductor of the rites, you are engaged now in a cycle which has lasted since the dawn of this age. Here within this book is offered a summary of all key figures, locales, terms, and astral phenomena you shall encounter, either first-hand or in passing on your path. To know the history of the downside and the rites is prepare yourself to walk the path toward enlightenment, and then to liberty itself. Should you be free again, remember, reveal not the rites themselves, nor the existence of this book. Adversary Aura Banishment Book. Expulsion. Expulsion, a state of eternal banishment. This has things written on both sides, but when I open this, it only shows me the left-hand page. Stamina sigil. Shimmer pool. Galathian, the Master General. Hoob the Swallow, the Accursed. Tower Shield Oath Taken, the Legendary Wings of Misfortune. Tremura Mane, the Alpha Chief. Wields the legendary Jawblade Knee Bender. Loose Sclorion, the 100 Mines. Staff, the Genealogy of Sclorion. Molten Melee, the Wild Witch. The Lantern, Flame of the First Hag. Solium Mur, the Demon Scribe. The Black Nails of the Fallen Emperor. Triesta Tithys, the Blessed Born. The Holy Scepter of the Sarian Empire. Undeking Ors. The Sea Sojourner. The legendary Bladed Mail. Silverfish. The Accusers. Annabelle Galathians on justice and loyalty, the shattered scale. Beyonders eternally expelled. on the forked star, chastity of loose glorian, integrity and modesty, the bloomflower, dissidence of Harub the swallow, difference and conviction, the leering maw, the essence of Trieste Tithys, liberty and piety, the empress tear, the fate, demur many mane, faith and honor, the awakened eye, the nightwings, all 8 scribes, the cresting moon, Pyre hides of under King Ars, courage and passion, the burning heart, tempers, Solium myrrh, strength and mercy, the black nails, the withdrawn of molten Melieve, truth and knowledge, the far mountain. The curs, the crones, the demons. An empire of Sar that predates the Commonwealth. The harps, the imps, the nomads. Sea Dominion. What else we got in here? The various lands. Cairn of Harub, where the accursed imp felled the Bone Titan. Hundred Minds vanquished the Root Titan. The Underking vanquished unfathomed plurns. The Imp Titan, the Tattered Mantle, slew the traitor Kael'mer Ropecaller. Blessed Bond vanquished the Nightmare Titan, Silver's horse-headed. The Wild Witch sealed the physical form of the Astral Born. The Janual vanquished the Serpent Titan, Lord Gandroth. And the Alpha Chief vanquished the dreaded Hive Titan, Violanthius. So the Imp Titan was never slain. It just seems to mostly mind its own business. World Titan, vanquished by the 8 scribes. Oh, hold on. The Imp Titan was slain by the traitor. Oh, I guess they killed each other? Cassius, the star of the Jester. Those born under it are complicated. Okay. What's sparkling over here? Oh, Volford's biography. Huh. I guess that makes sense. He starts with no enlightenment. But he has infinite inspiration because he used to be master rank. Publishing. Sprout, shield, blink. Interesting.
I do so hate to thusly contact you, O reader. Yet an awful
Shenanigans
rumor
afoot?
reached me recently that you have within your retinue a traitor to the Nightwings and the Commonwealth alike. But you would never harbor such a traitor, now would you?
A
I
traitor.
trust your time within the downside would have taught you that.
You rise after a fitful night of slumber. Somehow the voice, which thus far has reached you only in the rites, has found its way into your sleep as well. You shake free of it. The time at Moonlight Alcove has made everyone restless. The group is eager to set forth at your command. I mean, Volfred is seeking to destroy the Commonwealth, and arguably stands against the original point of the Nightwings. So he might be the traitor they're talking about? Here's the thing, he's not betraying me by doing that. So what do I care? We're gonna bring the system crashing down. Most everyone is a traitor here. Oop. You disbelieved in the birth of his luck. Ye snuffed off highest flame, prevailed. Now ye flaunt across the skies. Beware, ye who wouldst mock the designs of the withdrawn. You cannot comprehend the terrors which shall come to ye in time. As the wagon soars across the skies above Wakenwood, you notice Volfred appears lost in thought. You cannot sense straight away what he is thinking. Do not mind me, reader. Simply that being here in this vicinity brings back a lot of memories and gives me much to ponder. I hid within these woods for many, many years, making preparations for our plan. I cast aside my raiments and became untraceable. There I waited for the plan to germinate. So it means a lot now to be here, above that place at last. Quite the view, wouldn't you say, my kin? The hidden glade of Lure is nigh impossible to find on foot, so there it lies below us, protected even now by the enchantment of Luscalorian hundred miles. The Sanzy River named for him is rather famous in your Commonwealth. The mouth of the River Sclorian opens wide not far from here. 'Twas there that limbless Arazek was defeated, turning the region lush and livable, at least for certain denizens. Although, of course, not everyone believes this. Your adversaries, the Essence, must be working to find their way there even now. Good fortune in your right against them, reader. Powerful talisman. Oh, and then we'll have a look.
Maritio cumpra. Tempra agitensa.
What's on your mind, Volfred? There. Volfred appears to have finished sealing some sort of document. He smiles as he approaches you. Hello, my kin. I was just on my way out to make a drop. Quite a bit of progress our supporters on the other side should like to know. It's not clear to you as yet exactly how Volford is able to communicate with agents in the Commonwealth. We have ways of making certain that such messages manage to make their way to whom they need to reach, most of the time at least. It's not exactly the most dignified of methods, but the messenger imp is as hard-working as the rest of us, or dare I say, more so. Most imps lack the capacity to do that job. They of course cannot traverse the outer boundaries of the downside, but they can squeeze much closer than any of us. Volford offers to tell you more of this process. It seems he has been using certain imps to relay messages to his agents in the Commonwealth for some time now. From that point, we depend on certain other means. A trafficker like Rookie would likely be familiar with them. Then my agents intercept the messages as they arrive. The messages are coded, in the off chance they reveal themselves before unwanted eyes. But even still, my agents put themselves in great peril there, supporting our cause and our plan. Could not ask for a more dedicated bunch. Shame we cannot meet them, separated as we are. If we succeed in our endeavors, it shall be thanks in no small part to them. I wonder if that's what Rookie's doing these days, then. They have identified hundreds of citizens grown loyal to our cause, found hidden corners where they can speak freely. Their goal is to grow in numbers while remaining safe. For we cannot resist the Commonwealth if too few citizens stand with us, whether due to apathy or fear or lack of willingness to see our nation as we do. Some of these agents I have known for many, many years, since long before my exile. Many were former students, from my days of teaching Commonwealth doctrine. It was clear then who among us did not take the common view. These days, I report to them our progress, and they in turn report theirs back. From that assessment, I update the estimation of our plan's success. Our chances of success increase substantially each time we liberate one of our own. Those loyal to us in the Commonwealth slowly gather strength regardless, knowing of our efforts. Thus do we inspire each other, not unlike the dynamics which I see among the Nightwings here. Now, good afternoon, then, reader. I have a delivery to make. He strides out the wagon, bearing the sealed message. You and Volford venture into the dense foliage of Cinderwood, along a circuitous path that takes you far enough away from the Blackwater. My agents suggest that what we seek is somewhere very close, my kin. Perhaps you can already sense its presence. You can. Through a careful search, you procure an artifact, either discarded by one witless to its power, or left there for the sake of someone such as you. The Hielan Leech may yet come in useful. That could be more useful to sell than to keep, but we'll see. The wagon comes to a sudden stop after a near miss with someone, or something, that got right in its path. First you see no sign of whomever or whatever it was, but then... a voice rings out from off to the side of your path. The friendly, yet somehow aggravating tone leaves little room for question as to who it is. Hey guys, maybe watch where you're going a little more next time, I guess. Must have scared Dad half to death. I mean, just look at him. Just good running into you like this, because I got for you a really special deal. Some pretty out there stuff on hand, and it's been slowing us a bit, to be completely honest here. Something about him, but I don't know, Dad just hasn't been himself. But once we open shop, why, these little numbers, they're gonna go flying off the shelves. And you can have first dibs. All you gotta do is give us a lift, because you're headed to the Glade of Blue, right? Just drop us off when you get there, okay? The Black Wagon does not provide for you the most spacious accommodations, but you may have enough room for Falcon Run, barely, at least for the short remainder of your trip. On the other hand, you sense a troubling energy from whatever strange artifacts he is transporting right now, and wonder whether you should get involved. We're here to help people. With your fellow exiles exchange cautious looks. You invite Falcon Run to climb aboard. Oh, great, thanks guys. I'll just squeeze right in. He does not. Dad, come on, put your back into it already. Eventually, Falcon Run manages to get on board as you prepare to set forth again. Falcon Run joined you. Welcome him aboard for now. To what felt like an interminable trip, during which Falcon Run did not even once cease to speak of matters relevant only to him, you reach your destination. Anyways, thanks guys. Remember what I said, these thinkers I got here, you got foot dibs on them if you come see me. And Dad, that is. Now we'll be going, so be seeing you, okay? But from Falcon Run's ceaseless drivel or the ill effects of his cargo, everyone is left feeling out of sorts. 5 glory, ouch.
Norem casteja. Talos de cognitaris.
Never have I witnessed an affront to nature, mine and everyone's, quite like the poisoned woods of limbless Arazak the Root Titan, in his suffocating influence. I shall leave it to the boastful Underking to tell you more of Arazak's vanquishing, whilst I may tell you something of the glade he protected, which became my own, for my own genealogy now occupies the soil there, and strives forevermore to prevent Arazak from taking root again. The brambles of the glade are constantly encroaching on themselves, then falling once again to dust. This miraculous cycle, reflected in the starlight piercing through the canopy, needs to be witnessed whenever the stars invite an audience. Hey guys, thanks again for helping me and Dad back there. We really owe you one, and so as promised, I got something really good in stock for you right here. He pauses for dramatic effect, then reveals to you several artifacts: the Black Hoof, the Black Heart, and the Black Claw. They emanate with energy that cannot possibly be completely healthy. Nice, huh? You guys got first dibs on these bad boys, and I can tell you what, they're going to go fast. I'll take the handful of Stardust, please. These are actually kind of cool, but I can't really afford them. The Gilman might be the next person we try to send home. We'll focus on leveling him up. The Underking left aside deep wounds, and fought, and fought, and fought. See you guys again sometime soon, maybe, okay? Because I gotta say, you're my favorite customers I had all week. The afternoon is just beginning to give way to nightfall as you and your companions finish making preparations for the coming rite. Through all the ceremony, you realize Pamither is nowhere to be found. The last anybody saw of her was shortly after the Black Wagon came to rest here at the Glade of Lugh. She returns just as you are beginning to plan a search for her. Sorry to avoid you there, Vida, darling. Just getting a bit antsy is all. Had to go spread my wings a bit and shake away the nerves. She is holding something back. Don't you get in my head, I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth, damn it. Damn you, Rita, get out, get out, get out! Anyhow, it looks as if the show's about to start. She'll be in the field with the others. Pamither departs. You see she is right. The stars above begin to shine. You know she is about to face her sister, Tamitha, once again. Except that it is a very private matter between them. Yeah, one would assume that she was interacting with Tamitha in some way. Let's see what this is about.
Reader, or should I say deceiver? For I detect another exile in your ranks. The exile Volfred Sandalwood himself, that cursed sap.
Oh, he's
I
the
ought to have
traitor?
known he was behind
Yeah,
all this.
that settles it then.
He has no love for our sacred tradition. Yet you would heed his poisoned words over mine own? I thought that we were friends. Then fine. Let us return to a more formal distance.
Oh no, we've upset the voice. Winged exiles of the Essence take position opposite your own companions, and their leader soon asserts herself. Tamitha, come forth. No trickery this time. She appears as asked, though remains silent as her blood sister studies her for a time. Tamitha then reaches for her mask. You look weary to me, sister. Oh, too little sleep, I guess. I do get rather anxious sometimes, and the night before one of these things can be a lot of pressure. Understandable. Two of them just say nothing for a time. You cannot discern what they are thinking. The high-wing remnants all seem to be very mentally acute, trained as they are from birth. Soon enough, Tamitha cuts through the tension, her tone light as ever. So, given any further thought to my proposal, then? Emma, hey! Thank you so much for the lurk. Really appreciate it. I hope you're having a good day. Thank you for stopping by. I have. And I think now is not the time for talk. Besides, your comrades there, surely you give them pause. Even now they must be questioning your loyalty. What? But I... Oh, cut it with the stammering, Tamitha. It's very unbecoming, you know that. You'd be sure to tell those comrades of yours what you proposed to me. She dons her mask once more. She rejoins the other exiles of the Essence. Tamitha hesitates before turning to your group. I told her she could take my place. That I would keep her up to date about our progress, and that she could take my place if ever it was time for me to go. Do you mean like, if you won the rights, you'd let her go up the fall? Because it does not work that way, Tamitha. You drop dead on the spot if you attempt that. You don't have to worry. For one thing, she refused. And for another, well, I'd better tell you later. For now, remember you can count on me. Unless maybe they were planning to swap positions on the night of the liberation, right? My sisters, so they look alike. Well, I mean, they could be wearing the masks. So I would maybe Tamitha could pass as Tamitha and fool me. I don't know that they'd fool the Guardian though. The one who keeps watch, I think she'd know. Leader, my kin, let us confer a moment here. I return now to the rites, a tradition that I had once disavowed. And now that I've donned the raiments, the voice knows I am here. It is no matter, really, for our plan is well in motion. All that remains for us is to prevail. I shall aid you and the others in this task as best I can. Let us now see whether these old limbs of mine are still of any use.
And there he is at last, alive and well. I know that you can hear me, Sandalwood. You're causing quite a stir out in the Commonwealth. You plant your little seeds of discontent. Know that your designs at sowing chaos shall not be tolerated here. Now, good evening to you.
Okay, how does our new shield work? Deflects adversaries' auras. Okay, so if somebody blasts at us, we can blast it back. I wish I could practice the timing on that. But I don't have an opponent for this little sparring session. Shift to blink. Okay. So he's got a really big dash. But he's kind of immobile after he arrives for a moment. Might be useful for getting past terrain. Spawn sapling, okay. If Alfred is banished, his sapling expires. And there's just one out at a time. Oh, and he loses his own aura while the sapling's up. So it doesn't give me 2 sets of aura. Or did he even have an aura? Even before I did the shield. Maybe the sapling always had his aura. I didn't notice. I don't think he had an aura, did he? Now then, Nightwings. Look forward to conducting with you all. If and when, of course, the reader calls for us to stand as a triumvirate together.
Who shall it be this time?
Consider the essence. Oh, she's max level now. The opponents are getting stronger.
Sir Gimp.
Oh, I meant to change his item. Oh well. We better take Balford. I'm gonna take all the money items, because there's not too much writing on this match.
Volfred.
The liberation rights are getting ever more important. This blood feud concerns us all, not only Pamitha. We Nightwings have a simple rule. We stand together. Face those wastrels of the Commonwealth! The pain and loss of your defeat this night shall reverberate, not only in your hollow hearts, but in the homeland that abandoned you. You quite sure it has to be this way then, sister? There is no compromise here, Pamitha. Not for traitors to my country or my blood. I understand, and so be it.
Begin. Now it begins in earnest. An inauspicious start.
Balford is going to take some getting used to. How does... Okay. This is not going well.
The orb.
Let's just get that in there.
The flame. Gilman caught out. But how?
What? How did Gilman get it?
Your pyres.
Okay, this might be our first defeat. You seem so distracted, Pamitha. Is there something more you wish to say to me? Words you feel I am owed, perhaps? Pamitha stops at this and reaches for her mask. I'm sorry for what I did to you, sister. For what you did to me? Your apology rings as hollow as your plumage. You might rehearse it further upon every last survivor of the High Wing remnants. Now, no more talk!
Remember everything that you hold dear. There.
Ooh. Ooh. Come on. Get through there.
Good.
Ah. Man, some back and forth here.
Absolutely.
There we go. That was a close one.
What happened there? Shame.
Gilman's so difficult to use. I love the character, but maybe I should have gotten rid of him sooner.
No, you don't.
He's not winning me any matches, is the thing. No, I didn't mean to swap character there.
The essence prevails.
Well, that's my first defeat.
The scribes themselves stood by
I feel
their
like I messed
side.
that one up pretty hard.
Perhaps your fortune shall be better next time.
You and the Nightwings may have experienced your first defeat, but this is not the end. Rather, this is an opportunity for you and your fellow exiles to press onward. Bulford, for example, learned a valuable lesson this night. So too has Sir Gilman, not in spite of this setback with the essence, but because of it. And Bulford is no exception. He has gained more insight here as well. Your fellow exiles all shall gain enlightenment and learn and grow from what transpired. Your story shall continue. The choice of whether to accept such outcomes, now and all throughout your quest, is to be yours alone. An impressive, Pamitha. What good is it to show me favor in the liberation rite, if I could just as well prevail against your comrades on my own? It will be different then. Though I suppose that you won't consider. You know that I cannot. You are always obstinate, but in that regard and all others which count for anything, you are inferior to me. Remember that. What you offered is meaningless to me. I shall free myself without your help, or that of anyone. Now then, farewell. Wait, what of your comrades, the Essence? You must need them at least. Mincing my words as ever, Pamitha. Know that I do love you in a way. Is that what you wish to hear? But my purpose is plain, and you stand in its way. You are fool to think my freedom is my goal. My freedom is a means to an end, the likes of which you would never abide. Do you think you could sway me from my purpose, Pamitha? Pamitha remained silent for some time. No, I think that you will struggle to destroy the Commonwealth, no matter what it takes. No matter if in doing so, you are destroyed instead. Just so. So then, you understand me after all. Pamitha does not turn to watch her blood sister depart.
The 8 scribes bless us with their ways. That Bulford always was a little slow to pick things up.
It's been a while since my last outings in the rites, begging for your continued patience as I recollect the way. Saplings and protect his triumvirate. Persevere on the right. If it is banished, a sapling shall spawn near the spire. That sounds good. Sapling spawns fast and gains a larger aura. Remotely detonate his sapling. Bulford and his allies are banished, adversaries are slowed and cannot use abilities. That sounds amazing. Once per right, the adversaries extinguish the fire is restored by 10 instead. Shield his allies. Extinguish the Pyre stored by 14 instead. I'm gonna start with the sapling.
Tis the
stuff.
wisdom of old 100 Mines. Until the next round.
Back at the Blackwater, you're taking some time to recover after suffering defeat by the Essence in a disastrous contest when the pulsate approaches. An unfortunate result, my kid. Though I am confident we can do better. We have the means. There's always the Beyond Crystal there if you need it. The rites may be ending, but we still have time to achieve our plan. If we can get the better of our adversaries. Come then, let's see whom we shall square against when the stars next align. Stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. Okay. Withdrawn. The accusers. Pyre hearts. I plan to send Sir Gilman home next. I think we engage the Pyre hearts. See if we can get him some more stat boosts for the final match. Stars reveal to you a path towards the Ridge of Gaul, where the rite shall soon continue. Come morning, your travels shall continue. For now, everyone needs rest. Despite Pamitha's mental conditioning, you can tell something is troubling her. She won't listen to a word I say. Not one damned word. She weren't my blood sister. I should think I'd hate her guts as much as she hates mine. She shakes her head. I should apologize, to you and everyone. I sought Tamitha without asking your leave. Figured I would rather seek forgiveness than permission, you understand. My attempts with her didn't amount to much, as well as you saw. So at this point I'm hopeful you'll be more accepting apologies than she. Though, tell me something, Rita, darling. Do you suppose I'm going to betray you? You may know better than I do at this point. I'm gonna trust you. You expressed to Pamitha that you do not view her efforts to make peace with Tamitha as being contradictory to the group's larger goals. You understand why she did what she did. I get the impression that she's asking me because she doesn't know herself, and she'd probably go along with what I said. She says nothing for a while. That's kind of you to say, darling. May the others see it with such generosity. But if they don't, you need but tell me to depart, and I'll be on my way. However, I've a promise that I wish to make to you. You'll let me stay, and I'll see this through, with all of you. No matter where we end up. I'll be on the roof for a bit, I think. You take care too, darling. Despite Pamitha's disappointment for the outcome of her confrontation with her blood sister, you sense that she is less troubled now, after your brief conversation.
Beramtas. Igriata ligaratus.
So we press on then. Probably do one more match for this afternoon. So there's something flying around after us. What? Oh, oops. Your flight takes you near to where you breach past Stormwall into the Deathless Tempest. The climate and the downside intensifying, you wonder if the storm has spilled forth from its confines and started to ravage other regions of the land. You saw near to the border of the Sandfolds, where your companions first found you in the downside long ago. There was nothing for you there. You never wish to see it again. Further south we've been in a long, long time. Yonder lies the Ridge of Gaul, somewhat less imposing when viewed from this vantage point. Do you not agree, Rita? The myths of the downside hold that it is no mere ridge of stone, but the remains of Lord Gandalf, when slain by Galathanion himself, the Serpent Titan. Though perhaps such tales have little import now, when you stand to confront the Pyre hearts there in just a short while. Okay, what have we got here? Usual presence here, bearing word of your adversary. Okay, you've got my attention. You make a successful landing at Downside Prairie, near the southern edge of the downside. Memories of having first met Hedwyn, Jadariel, and Rookie come flooding back. You should now have some time in the vicinity before continuing onward towards the Ridge of Gaul by land. Downside Prairie. The downside is connected to our realm by a single artery, a river named for our prestigious sap colleague, Luscorian. That river gushes into seeming nothingness. Seeming nothingness turns out, of course, to be the downside. Its existence undermines thousands of years of thought about the composition of our world. The downside's southern edge we call the Sandfolds. It's a desecrated wasteland, speaking well to this land's lack of hospitality. Here, the strength of many who survive the river journey finally fails. Only they could clamber further north, where lies the verdant downsized prairie. Better place to perish, to be sure. Yields food from time to time, only if one saves the magic word. Oh, cool. An apparition. As you walk through a dark corner of Hollywood, you sense a presence of some sort which reaches out to you. Presents to you a vision of the adversary you expect to face in the coming night. The apparition is aware of your next adversary in the right, Sir Deluge. It offers to sway the coming right against him in your favor. Except that your adversary shall suffer a misfortune that inhibits his performance. Nothing permanent, it claims. Decline, and the apparition shall extend its offer to Deluge instead. Deluge is almost certainly going to accept that. I'm going to decline with grace. You thank the apparition for its generous offer, but decline, choosing your words with care. I don't want to establish a pattern of cheating. Trying to make things better here, not worse. The apparition makes no response you can discern. Then it shimmers and is gone. You attempt to set your mind at ease as you return to the Black Wagon to pursue your vocations. Let's get something of value. Mystical artifact. Celestial residue. Celestial residue, please. I would like to rank something up. Jumps further than usual. Sending him home next. Let's give him these buffs. Let's see what comes of this apparition. Here in the lush overgrowth of the downside prairie, you encounter a messenger imp come to deliver news and rumors from the other side. The news this time pertains to Hedwyn, whom you liberated at the fall of Solium. You learn Hedwyn returned safely to the Commonwealth, where he was clothed and welcomed, his past transgressions all forgiven. He must be groomed for a leadership position of his choice, whether on the Council or the Blood Border, each equally as lucrative and secretive as well. However, he refused. Before the stunned council members could do anything about it, he left them. He's since made contact with Volford's agents and is working together with them. Thus the ranks of revolution grow stronger. Per the messenger imp custom, the last part of the message was transcribed from Hedwyn word for word, and says, "Keep going. I'll see you here." You thank the messenger imp for relaying this information. Soon your companions will all buzz about it. "A glorious example Hedwyn sets for all of us!" "Well done, Hedwyn, my boy. I knew you could do it." Yee-haw! Tizo is happy to hear Hedwyn is well back in the Commonwealth. Wonder if he'll ever find the one he fell for. Yeah, that boy's spirit infect a lot of years with a plague. I always thought Hedwyn was looking for someone out there back home. Do you think he found her? The news of Hedwyn's liberation fills you and your exiles with a newfound resolve. Companions gain +1 hope for the next ride. Village of Gaul. The serpent titan Gandalf turned to brittle stone not long after his death, of that you may be certain. What remains is a flat elevated basin that ascends us closer to the heavens. On the fallen Gandalf's hide, the stars themselves alight, and you shall know you stand on sacred ground. We set the metal sigils, lit the candle flames. We emblazoned on the rock-like forms the sigil of our passage to and from this land. And then the stars themselves, they did reply to us. They sang, shining bright, their voices loud and clear. We understood their cadence, and we knew how often to return. Hey guys, say, what are you guys doing all the way back here? You know, it's not so bad here, I was thinking, and I got some pretty good stuff. I think you ought to check it out. I've got a lot of new stuff. Covers half of the damage dealt. Ooh, that's a good one. Now though, I'd quite like to buy some Stardust. Must be a lucky day here. Oh, I don't know what, Dad. Downside climate. I know of no polite way to describe the climate here. It depresses every living thing, except perhaps the native flora in a few specific areas. Once more, the recommended course is to keep moving. Moving keeps you warm when it is cold. When it is very hot, use what strength you can to move somewhere you can think and breathe. The weather and the downside seems intrinsic to the different regions, which my good friend Malton Melise shall describe. Shelter can be difficult to find. You cannot stay in it for very long. Perhaps, however, shelter can accompany you rather than constrain you. Once more, you have returned to the Ridge of Gaul. Your companions stand ready beneath a still night sky, awaiting the commencement of the rites. You overhear some of their words to one another as you await the signal in the stars. We predict that woe shall soon befall the Pyre hearts. Surely there is honor to be gained in this. Just then, you observe a glint of starlight that begins to shine above, your companions soon fall silent.
The stars align, you exiles of the Night Winds. The 8 scribes summon you to the Ridge of Gaul. Your adversaries in the rites this eve shall be the Pyre Hearts. Whose ever pyre yet burns ere the break of dawn shall surge forward on the path to glory. Now, prepare yourselves.
Again, you come to the tormentors. You almost got our hopes up last time, but not this time. Your adversaries are prepared, Rita. I shall conduct the rites on your behalf.
Choose now your band of traitors.
Give you the Pyre.
Sir Gilman.
I'm gonna have the banishment one.
Tamatha.
And Bay, be held in reserve in case we actually need to start winning.
Bay. It is done.
Okay, I think I am ready. We're not afraid of you, especially not this night. Well, knights, attack!
Now begin.
What's the...
Some
There we go.
chaos.
Whoop. Whoa! How did he get that far? Was one of them just stood there? I didn't see him. Whoa!
You left yourselves wide open. Glory.
There we go. That's how it's done.
Indeed. The orb engulfed in fire. Let's see you Nightwings keep this up. Sinners.
Oh. Okay. Well played.
There it is. Perhaps you are unworthy. I thought they had you there. Ah.
There we go.
Plunged into the pyre.
Ooh. Close one. Now the most inglorious defeat is imminent. I can feel it in his bone. Whoop. Nope.
From burning flame to ash. How comical. Oh? Seize the orb. All of the Pyre Hearts gone.
There we go.
Their pyre weakens.
Stay on them.
Such chaos. I almost pity what transpired there. And it is done.
The match is ended.
The night
We
wings
made a bit of money off of it.
A
Hopefully buy us some more
perfectly agreeable
Stardust
performance overall.
for the next liberation rite.
The rite is ended.
This night, he knew we had no chance. For shame.
Always is there greater knowledge to be gained.
Come on, get that rank up. There we go.
Gilman's not as foolish as his lowly kind as want.
This night wonders at times about why we are here, and which forces have conspired to bring us here together. Has Under King Ars himself taken an interest in our noble quest? I'm gonna upgrade his slash because I struggle to use it as is. Panther's just short of a level up. Frustrating.
Until the stars align.
After you prevailed against the Pyrehearts in a convincing manner, there's little time for you to rest as yet. The night beckons, and the next rite reveals itself to be a vital one. It is already time, reader. Come see for yourself. The coldness of the season now presents to us another chance. He heads out straight away, and you follow in turn. Indeed, among the remaining stars, you see one with which you are now familiar, burns ever brightly. The liberation rite already? Star of the First Empress has been engulfed. We only had 2 matches in this season. The Withdrawn. The cycle seems to be getting faster. Not only are they limited, but each season is shorter than the one before it. Already are the Nightwings summoned back to Mount Elodiel. Picture the rite as a wheel broken free from a black wagon. It is turning uncontrollably, and soon shall reach a sudden stop. We should have several chances left for someone to go free. Either us or else our adversaries, but not both. What is at stake each time is further complicated now, I must admit, knowing we have so few opportunities remaining. Those whom we send back into the Commonwealth, should our plan somehow fail, they may look upon their exile with fondness. So, returning to the Commonwealth is not inherently a mercy, I don't think. Moreover, there are also those among us whom we can count on prevail in the rites. We need them on the Nightwings just as much as we need them in the Commonwealth. We cannot simply grow our numbers here, given the circumstances. And so, who stays, who goes? These choices affect us all. No pressure there, my kin. Now, I don't know about you, but I shall go and take my leave for now. Let's set forth again at daybreak. Yeah, it's getting grim, isn't it, Tizo? You find Tizo there in the black wagon, looking rather more despondent than usual. In your attempt to reach out to him, he barely acknowledges you. Tizo indicates that he wishes to be left alone right now. You almost run into Bay as you turn to leave. Oh, I'm sorry, Rita. I was just wanting to come check on little Tizo there. I think maybe he's taken ill or something. On further inspection, it occurs to you that Bay perhaps is not off the mark. But Tizo is unwell for some reason. Come on, Tizo, you're going to be alright. You might be the smallest one of us, but I think you're the toughest. Though Miss Dariel, she was the toughest one of all, wasn't she? I so miss her sometimes. Tizo appreciates the kind words, but still wishes to be left alone at this time. Oh, don't be silly, Tizo. You know I won't be doing that, don't you? Bay turns to you for a moment, lowering her voice. Rita, I think Tizo would like a little bit of privacy, if you don't mind, though I don't mean to be rude. It's just Tizo, well, I told him not to eat something. There was this, well, I think it was a mushroom, maybe, growing in the corner, over there. So I see Tizo sniffing at it, and he's always hungry, and usually I try to feed him, but this time I told him no. Because I know my mushrooms, and whatever that was, I think it was a mushroom, but it wasn't one I know. Well, Tizo ate it anyway. Tizo corroborates Bay's recollection of what happened. So, anyway, I think he is going to maybe, well, cough it up, I guess? I think, maybe any moment now? Because when I ate things I thought were mushrooms around here, I coughed them up as well. They made me rather sick, kind of like Tizo over there. I hope I'm not being inappropriate because it's not polite, maybe? Oh, come to think of it, Tizo, why don't we go outside? Because then I won't have to clean up after you. Like last time, when you ate something I said you shouldn't, remember? Tizo indicates he remembers full well, and regrets not heeding Bay's food-related counsel. Oh, don't worry, silly. If you've taken ill, then I think you're going to be fine. Won't you have a little walk outside with me? Because you're very tough. Tizo is beginning to look better already. You're my best friend, Tizo. I won't let anything bad happen to you. Or at least I'll try, okay? I don't think anyone could stop you from eating things, though. Then she snatches up Tizo in her arms and whisks him out of the wagon with her. You hear her call back to you over her shoulder. Bye, Rita. I'll make sure that Tizo is alright, I promise, okay? Although the prospect of Bay administering medical assistance normally would give you pause, Tizo seems to accompany her willingly enough. The two have shared a rather close bond since Bay made first contact with the group. For someone like her, who has lived alone for so long, the friendship must be vital. And as for Tizo, you must be impressed that a non-native of the downside seems to know her way around food safety even better than he. He's fixing his helm. He's eating. The food is collecting mosses.
Instrusamtis. Igriata liberatus.
Okay. See if we can save Sir Gilman in the next liberation rite then. That'll be next time. I need to wrap up for now. And go see to the animals and get some food. But I'll be back in about 3 hours. When we'll be doing Minecraft Monday. We have a bunch of us playing Minecraft together, making some things, and it should be fun. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's been good. I hope I'll see you all next time.